everything like that. We back. We get our live on YouTube and everything. We want to come back and chop it up with y'all and everything. Cognitive dissonance part 6 and everything like that. I want to talk about something. Yeah, y'all saw that picture up there. It has got people triggered. But somebody said something. It points something out. It really, really does. Something that's key that we seem to miss for whatever reason. T'Challa's not a household name. Why not though? Now, mind you, T'Challa. But now T'Challa came around in 1966, right? Okay, cool. Well, T'Challa ain't the only black superhero that came around during the late 60s, early 70s. No. Let's see. We got John Stewart. We're just now getting a live action John Stewart. Let's see. Who else would we have? Sam Wilson. Took Sam a minute to show up live action. Right. Blade. I think we know all that. Took a while. Well, what about other lesser known heroes you might not know about? Mal Duncan. Yeah, those of y'all that watch Young Justice, you would know who Mal Duncan is. Mal been around for a minute. And when I say a minute, I want to say, once again, we probably talking early 70s. Mal been there. Bumblebee. Yeah, it ain't just the car. Matter of fact, the black superhero, Bumblebee, she has a lot in common with Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp. But you know Bumblebee from the Transformers. There's actually a black female superhero sitting out there named Bumblebee. She been around for a minute. She was part of Titans West along with Mal. They go all the way back. Like I said, early 70s. They're not household names. Why not? Why not? Vixen, who just showed up live action. Vixen been around for a minute. You just not getting her. Why? Prowler. Yeah. Low key. What's his name? Played it in the first Spider-Man movie and everything. Glover. Yeah. You ain't seen him live action yet, have you? Prowler been around since the 70s. There's been quite a few superheroes around since the 70s. Luke Cage, Carl Lucas was around since the 70s. When did you get him? Now, what makes these characters a household name? And I want to say thank you so much, Steve Roberts, for pulling up, Marvin Alexander for pulling up, Business First pulling up, Cobra's Marcy pulling up, True Godly E pulling up. These characters been around since the 70s. By and large, you ain't seen them. Is that the character's fault? The character is fiction, right? Right. Well, why is it that you really ain't seen these characters? See, for a character to become a household name, somebody that's actually living has to push that character. Wonder Woman, household name, that's a concerted effort. And you need to know Wonder Woman then went through, I don't know how many different iterations trying to get her right and make her appealing to a wide audience. But you know who Diana is. Do you know who Nubia is? If I graduated high school in 86, when did I start elementary school? Right. Nubia been around just that long. You seen her? How many Wonder Woman movies we had? So you got a lot of characters, black, late 60s, early 70s. They're not household names. They're not household names because the people that own the rights to those characters haven't chose to make them household names. But let me ask you a question. Because I see what you did with Blade. I think it's safe to say we saw that. And we saw what we did with Black Panther. It's safe to say we like it when it's done right. When it's not done right, because not everybody locks in. If it's bad writing, you recognize it. If it's bad acting, you recognize it. Ethnicity, gender, orientation ain't got nothing to do with that. Bad is bad. I think it's safe to say The Eternals was a poorly conceived, poorly written, poorly executed movie. I'm not blaming not one actor or actress. I'm not. That was trash. Even when it comes to the Marvels, I'm not blaming one actor or actress. Was Samuel L. Jackson in that movie? Yes, he was. I'm not blaming them. I'm looking at the execution. I'm looking at the story. Hot trash. Right. Okay, well, mind you, Monica Rambeau been around since what? Early 80s? Just getting Monica Rambeau? And when I say Monica Rambeau, I mean Monica, her mama, and her daddy. Been around, because they all came in at the same time. With no value in them characters. And when I say no value, that's the people that own them. They don't see any value in those characters. Didn't Tom Brevoort, Mr. X-Men, editor-in-chief himself, say last year he didn't see any viability in the black male mutants? Okay, well, how does Darwin get pushed up to household name? Because all you got with Darwin was what you saw in that X-Men First Class. How does Sync get elevated? Because the editor-in-chief sees no value. If these writers don't see any value, you won't see the characters. Thus, the characters won't become household names. In essence, somebody has control over whether the characters become household names or not. Okay, Tyroc. Anybody ever heard of Tyroc? He been around since the 70s. That's a member of the Legion of Superheroes. You ain't seen him, have you? Right? Legion of Superheroes showed up in Smallville, didn't he? Didn't he? Now, if you've been keeping up with DC animation, you may know who Tyroc is. He showed up for a hot second. But you know, well, that hero been around. There's quite a few black superheroes that have been around. You don't know anything about them. So when somebody comes to us, you say you want a black character recast, and they say, well, that character isn't a household name. There's a reason for that. That character didn't have done for them what Clark Kent had.
The food.
Okay, cool bean. That character didn't have done for them.
One thing, Mom wants you to eat with her.
Okay, well tell her I'm on TikTok live right now.
All right, I'll let her know.
Okay, that's my wife. I'm being summoned. I'm being summoned. But no, there are quite a few characters that look like this. They ain't been pushed. They've been around since before some of us were born, since some of us have been kids. And you're only seeing them show up live action when you're either a middle-aged adult or you come on now. Is that the character's fault? And are we really letting somebody devalue those characters to us because they aren't household names? It's a reason why they're not household names. But 1.3 billion. I go back to that. 1.3 billion. And before that, Blade. It's safe to say we know our characters. We just want them to show up. Whenever they show up, we showing up and we showing out. But let's not act like we don't know our characters. No. Let's act like it is what it is. The companies that own these characters, Malik Habibi invites you to co-host. I accept because I can. It's brand new. I like it. Waiting to connect. It's first time somebody's asked to be a co-host, and I definitely don't mind. But here we go. Yes, sir.
Disconnected. Pairing.
Oh, Lord. Yes, sir.
What's up?
What's going on, young sir? What's going on? Should I pull that up? So, he's here. But like I said,
Bluetooth settings on your device.
These characters aren't real. If these characters are to become household names, somebody got to want them to become household names. Somebody has to push them out there. What I would say to people is this, and maybe you don't when I was going to school, elementary school, Hostess fruit pies. Folks might not remember Hostess fruit pies. I happen to like them. Spider-Man would show up on Hostess fruit pies. Batman would like you going to go get Hostess fruit pies and you got superheroes sitting right there in front of you. The chain, the convenience store, 7-Eleven. We all know 7-Eleven for the Slurpee and everything like that. Well, back in the day, you could go get a Slurpee. It would have Batman on the cup, Robin on the cup, Batgirl was on the cup back then. Like back then, I'm in elementary school. So you got these characters, they're pushed in front of you. I'm not getting T'Challa like that on a cup. I'm not getting Jon Stewart showing up on a Hostess fruit pie commercial. That ain't what we're doing. Even when we look at action figures, back when once again, I'm in junior high school. The only black action figures we had out there was Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek and Sam Wilson, Falcon. I'm in middle school. Junior high, are we thinking I would not have bought a Black Panther action figure? Yes, I would have. It wasn't available. Did I buy the Batman action figure? Yep. Did I buy the Robin? Mm-hmm. Did I buy the Hulk? I sure did. Did I buy the Aquaman? Uh-huh. Did I buy Penguin? Yep. Riddler? Yeah. Joker? Uh-huh. Catwoman? Yep. Did I want the Fantastic Four action figure that came out like that? Yes. I wasn't able to get them. But all I had was Sam Wilson. Mind you, he's not even the Falcon anymore. He's Captain America. So we can't use the argument that certain characters aren't household names, which is why they're not relevant. Oh, no. No. It takes a real person to make these characters relevant. We've seen that. Flashpoint, that's relevant. Lego put out a whole toy line behind it. What else did we get? We got some action figures. What's his name? I want to make sure I say his name right. Todd McFarlane. We got Flash action figures. We got the Flash action figure. We got Barry Allen Flash action figure. We got Wally West Flash action figure. We got Wallace West Flash action figure. We got the Flashpoint action figure, what I don't think anybody cared for. Just a whole bunch of Flash action figures. Well, you know who the Flash is. You saw Flash show up in Justice League Unlimited. So did Mr. Terrific. And what did you see Mr. Terrific do? You got Jon Stewart. You got Jon Stewart all day. Jon is a founding member, not in the comics. So you got Jon Stewart being pushed as a household name. Yes, Jon Stewart got pushed, but Jon Stewart is not the only black character in the Justice League. He ain't. He not. He ain't. It's a whole bunch of brothers and sisters running around over there in the Justice League and everything like that. I give you another one. Megan Good. Is she not a qualified actress? And congratulations once again to her marriage to Jonathan Majors. May y'all have many years of marital bliss. Is she a superhero? Okay, well, the Marvel family been around for a minute, right? We only elevating 3 of them. Now, mind you, once again, I'm in elementary school, junior high school, watching Shazam, Almighty Isis. So Isis then got the push. Shazam then got the push. The Incredible Hulk been getting the push since Lou Ferrigno. Spider-Man been getting the push since Electric Company. I'm not tripping. Chadwick Boseman wasn't tripping either. But when it comes to our characters, they not being pushed like that. Thus, you're never going to take Spider-Man off the table because Spider-Man is a household name. Spider-Man, it doesn't matter who the actor is playing Spider-Man. Spider-Man means more as a character than whatever actor portrays Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is a household name. You the actor, you trying to establish yourself. You trying to become a household name. You're taking on the role of a character that's already known. But there's a reason for why Peter Parker is known. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spin a web anytime, catch a thief, look like crime, look out. If you don't know that theme song, there's a reason for it. You ain't old enough. You ain't old enough. That Spider-Man been a thing since before my mom and daddy met. Spider-Man been a thing since before I learned how to read. Same thing with the Fantastic Four. Same thing with the Justice League. We're not finna act like that. They was doing their thing before my mama and daddy met, and that was 68. Okay, no, they met in 67. You know what? Because I was born in April. So T'Challa was around before my mama and daddy met. Yeah, I'm able to say all that. Well, there's a reason why some characters are household name, and there's a reason why some characters aren't. What you're never going to do is make me feel like the reason why my characters are irrelevant is because they aren't household name. No. My character isn't relevant to you. And that's fine. It ain't got to be. But being an intelligent individual, I understand why my character isn't relevant to you and to those who ain't pushed it. But 1.3 billion. 1.3 billion and 800 million. You say what you want to. You can act like my character ain't a household name. 1.3 billion. I hang my hat on that Prowler. And even though I didn't care for the second movie, 800 million. Let's talk about it. Ain't them two of the highest grossing movies in the MCU? Single. That's a single superhero. One other superhero in the movies. Either one of them. T'Challa in the first one. Shuri in the second one. That's 2.1 billion. Safe to say, whether our characters, my characters, are pushed or not, when you put them out there, they relevant when you do it right. When you do it right. Like, what you mean when you do it right? There's a laundry list of things that were wrong with Captain America 4. And if you wasn't woke, you ain't catch it. Just like there was a list of things wrong with the Marvels. If you wasn't woke, you didn't catch it. All you needed to do to see what was going to be wrong with Secret Invasion was be a knowledgeable comic book fan. That's all you needed to know. Secret Invasion, Agatha. Yeah, you just needed to be a knowledgeable comic book fan to see what was going to go wrong with them. In regards to Ironheart, you just need to be woke and a knowledgeable comic book fan. As I said to my people over there on YouTube, don't get caught taking the bait. Don't. Don't. This ain't the comic books. It ain't. This is their own thing. They just got the name. That's all they got. They ain't even got the likeness. Because we just not gonna say all black people looking like that ain't what we doing. No, they just got the name. Ironheart. This ain't got nothing to do with the comics. It don't. So when you find yourself feeling some type of way, I would say go read the comics. Marvel Unlimited, it's an app. You can download it on your phone. It is $9.99. Listen, it is a great way to get your research on for the low. You ain't got to go to the comic book store. You don't. You can read about these heroes and guess what the pastor say? Form your own decision. Come to your own conclusion. You ain't got to be led by nobody. Just don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. Some folks gonna say this show was too woke. It's supposed to be. Like, I don't even want to say this is black led. Like, pretty much this cast is black, right? Okay, well, it should be woke. That ain't got nothing to do with why it would fail, though. That ain't got nothing to do with why folks may or may not like it. It's either good or it's not. That woke DEI ain't gonna have nothing to do with nothing. So don't take the bait on that. If you watch the show, you watch it, judge for yourself. If you want to see it in comparison to the comic book to see how you want to feel about it, Marvel Unlimited. That way you ain't got to go buy a whole bunch of comic books. Read it for yourself, compare the two, come to your own decision, form your own conclusion. That said, I'm going to greet everybody that's poured on up in here. Thank y'all so much. I apologize, be rude. We get on up out of here because I don't want my wife coming in here putting her putting her hands on me and everything like that. Let me go all the way up to the top because I'm going to be him. Let's see here. Y'all was in here. All right. Stephen Roberts, 172. Marvin Alexander, Business First. Cobra Marcy's True Godly L pulling up. Sunflower 94. I Myth 77. Okay, I'm hoping. Mike L. Hunter joined up. Jay Wiz joined up. Thank you so much. Yusef Bay. Julius 0785. Dread 6521. Thank you so much for pulling up. Miss Vanessa pulled up. Darrell Tate. Thank you. Joseph Solomon. I want to say that's Sergeant TikTok. Did I get that right? Sergeant TikTok. Thanks so much. Professor Film Fan, he was just over there. Laughing Man Prof, he was just over there with me over there on YouTube. Glow Cat, Jerry Anthony Scales 1, thank you so much. User 470651354, thank you. Mandy, thank you so much for pulling up. K, Glycon, thank you so much for pulling up. Glycon 165. Jenna St. Julian, Sign 66 Creation. William Van Meet, Seal Owens, Lucky, thank you so much for pulling up. Cadence, Sweet and Easy pulled up. Thank you so much. F. Junior, Tector, Roderick. I got it wrong. I apologize. Soul is pulled up. Sunshine Smile Thompson, 1923. Country Boy. What's going on, Country Boy? If you follow Malik Habib, thank you so much for pulling up. Boss Ladies, MC22 pulled up. User 70014229955. Let me tell you something. And I mean this in the best way. Every time somebody pull up with numbers, all I hear is Prince in the back of my mind saying 9311. That's all I hear every time I see numbers and everything like that. But thank you so much for pulling up. Nico Glarte pulled up. John Baker 6216. Vivitech 52. All Dud 946. Obiba JK pulled up. Big Dog J pulled up. Lisa Boy 955. User 52908246819 pulled up. Thank you so much. C Jams Comedy pulled up. Enel Marie, Carly pulled up. Thank you so much, Carly. Alice Rich 398, Dark Stalker 19. Cinema X Vex also has a YouTube channel, if I'm not mistaken. Also has a TikTok page, if I'm not mistaken. Also has a YouTube page, if I'm not mistaken. So y'all pull up on him, get some comic book information. Simply Scoops, thank you so much for pulling up. Rio, Robert, Jeremy, Skiro, Scroll. Muslimo, Mokhtar, Joshua Turner, thank you so much. Adrian 1000, Javier, thank you so much for pulling up. Wildflower 8, Javier, just followed you. Thank you so much. I thank y'all all for pulling up and everything like that. You could have been anywhere else this evening. So I'm humbled by you being here. That said, a hero, a fictional character, regardless of who it is, we don't know anything about Harry Potter until somebody come tell us about Harry Potter, right? Unless somebody in your family was a Harry Potter fan and you had the book. No, Harry got pushed. Harry's still getting pushed. My wife is a Harry Potter fan. My wife got Harry Potter Lego sets that Lego is steadily releasing. Like, we need to understand, you're not going to forget who Harry Potter is. My wife just bought 2 Harry Potter puzzle sets. One glow in the dark and one don't. At what point in my house am I finna forget about Harry Potter? I ain't know who that was when I was a kid. I ain't finna forget Harry Potter. I ain't finna forget Lord of the Rings. I can't. Why? Because they still got that stuff in our face. Okay, well, it ain't the character's fault for not being up front in our face. Don't say there's no value in the characters. 1.3, 800. Add it up. That's 2.1. There's value there. Imagine this, if you will. While folks are trying to get us to believe that it's either one or the other because the actor passed away. Imagine what you got if you got a Black Panther movie with both T'Challa and Shuri is in it as Black Panther, with T'Challa being the king of the dead and Shuri being the queen of Wakanda. Imagine that story. Of course, that story would then have the Dark Order in it. Yeah, Thanos and Dark Order would be coming to Wakanda. And then you would see Shuri, not this stuff where she getting knocked off a balcony or something like that. No, you would see Shuri getting ready to put hands on Proxima Midnight. Imagine that story. The 2 Black Panthers. What about if we want to talk about girl power? Yeah, we said black girl magic. Well, I got what we got going on with Riri Williams over here. Well, what about Shuri? Oh, we want to talk about, forget the picture of men standing on a barge with rope tied around their waist, holding up women that can't breathe in water, fighting in water? No. What about the picture of Shorty leading the Hatu Zaraze down to Atlantis to put hands on hundreds, if not thousands, of Atlantis? Now that's black girl magic right there. Yeah. T'Challa wasn't with her. She put the hit out on Atlantis. Forget Taloka. She put the hit out on Atlantis. She like, I hear what you saying. Talking to her brother. I hear what you saying. But he gonna pay for that. And he gonna pay for what? What was it that Shorty was mad at Namor about? That he had to pay for? Ooh, y'all gonna love this one. Cause see, Black Panther 2 ain't go the way it was supposed to. Oh yeah. Namor flooded Wakanda. Shorty got payback after that. And he had the Phoenix Force with him. He ain't had no magic water balloons and everything like that. It wasn't just no ceasefire. We not finna do that. Or we forgiving folks. Or I done just clipped your ankle wings and that's it. Equal energy. Equal energy. And if you don't know, Shorty got a bloodlust similar to your favorite Canadian, well, you ain't got Shorty. You ain't got Shorty. Shorty ain't been pushed. Shorty ain't been pushed out there like that. Well, safe to say that ain't Shorty's fault. That said, I'm out. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm gonna greet everybody else that pulled up. Bonnie Smith 156. Itsy Vision pulls up. Itsy Vision. Jill 1111 pulled up. Jesus Vargas 17. Thank you so much. Valen's 80. Boken Ohio pulled up. Thank you so much for pulling up. I appreciate that. Marie Felix 75. Tyrone Paul. Thank you. Patty D. Miss Maria 24/7. I like that. Go right there in the name. I'm Miss Maria 24/7. I like that right there. Miss Maria 24/7 pulled up. Listen, I got to go. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm finna go have dinner with my wife. I know you're like, late. It's late, ain't it? We grown. Listen, like, share, subscribe. Going on over there to the YouTube channel and everything like that. It's at the end of the day, I can be who I can be and I can like what I like, but I'm all about being accurate. I don't care anything about being right. I don't care anything about being wrong. It's about giving you the accurate information. Thus, I have no problem with anybody pulling up, wanting to fact check me or have a debate. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I don't have a problem admitting it. But if I'm right, I ain't saying, I'm just saying. That said, in memory of the late, great Don Cornelius, Chadwick Boseman, whether we agree to disagree, we ain't got to agree. We don't. Folks get caught up on that. We ain't got to agree on stuff like this. This is entertainment. This is entertainment. It does have some social values tied into it, but by and large, it's entertainment. That said, and remember the late, great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman, I do wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and so we out.